1000 LB Sisters star Amy Slatton becomes more and more unlikable with each new episode of the show. Her off-screen antics now involve drug-related arrests. Amy weighed 408 pounds when she started her reality TV journey. Amy and her sister Tammy's combined weights gave the show its name, 1000 LB Sisters, and propelled them into stardom as fans tuned in to watch the Kentucky sisters transform. The road to losing weight wasn't an easy one for Tammy or Amy. However, Amy had her goals clear from the start. She wanted to become fit and bear children, while Tammy slacked. Amy did the best she could to overcome her challenges, including mental health problems. Amy decided to get professional help at the right time. She began monitoring her diet and lost enough weight to be approved for bariatric surgery in 2019. Amy has lost over 176 pounds by 2024. Amy's lifestyle improved by leaps and bounds, even though she faced another setback due to her split with Michael Halterman. Unfortunately, as Amy tries to move on from Michael, she's been taking one wrong decision after another, and it started to affect her role as a mom. Amy was always considered the better sister in comparison to Tammy. She was kinder and even smaller. Amy underwent the surgery first, and the process wasn't as tedious as Tammy's. Amy knew what she wanted. She was able to find herself a nice husband and fulfill her lifelong wish to have babies. Everything did come somewhat easily to Amy, but she also let Tammy know that by rubbing it in her face. Amy's attention-seeking tactics were overshadowed by Tammy's tantrums. She found reasons to blame her wrong decisions on Tammy and complained about her sister being childish. Amy didn't take responsibility for her bad decisions. A lack of self-awareness was evident. Amy's true colors went sort of unnoticed for over 3 seasons. But her true colors did start to show through her backhanded comments about Tammy or her ability to stir the pot to be the center of attention. She wanted to prove she was the better sibling and an overachiever. But while doing that, it made Tammy feel bad about herself. Interestingly, Tammy was able to redeem herself in the last couple of seasons. Not surprisingly, Amy is jealous of how well Tammy has been doing. Amy has always found reasons to put Tammy down. Her feeling miserable later on with her divorce and mood swings didn't justify her overall bad attitude. Once she became single, Amy longed to find a partner immediately. It led to her getting into back-to-back relationships. Dating became a coping mechanism for Amy, but these relationships gave her nothing but heartbreak. She wasn't looking for a man who could take care of her and her children. Amy started going for the bad boys who affected her in the most negative way. Amy made headlines for the wrong reasons in September 2024 when she was arrested for drug possession. The good girl image of Amy had already been destroyed, but this incident put a permanent dent in her reputation. The Crockett County Sheriff's Department shared a Facebook post where they revealed details of Amy's shocking arrest. Amy was arrested on a Monday night at a Tennessee zoo on charges of alleged illegal possession of Schedule 1 and Schedule 6 drugs. When the post was shared on social media, Amy was still in custody at the Crockett County Jail. Amy wasn't alone at the scene when the police were summoned due to a strange incident. There were reports that a guest at the Tennessee Safari Park in Alamo had been bitten by a camel. When the officers arrived at the scene, they were immediately overtaken by suspicion when they smelled a strange odor coming from the same guest's vehicle. Amy was arrested along with a man named Brian Scott Levorn who was in the car with her, according to USA Today. At the time, the police did not reveal which drugs were allegedly in Amy and her partner's possession. Schedule 1 drugs can include opioids such as heroin, hallucinogens, psychedelics like LSD, depressants, or stimulants, while Schedule 6 drugs include marijuana and THC. Marijuana, for medical or recreational use, is illegal in the state. It was Amy who had been bitten by the camel. Reg confirmed that police had reportedly found marijuana and illegal mushrooms in their vehicle. Amy pleaded not guilty to the charges and so did Brian. They are both scheduled to appear back in court on November 7 after they were released from the Crockett County Jail on a $10,000 bond. The most frightening part about Amy's arrest was not her allegedly possessing drugs. Amy was also arrested on 2 counts of child endangerment under 8 years old. Amy's 2 children were found in the same vehicle when it was searched. Stephen Sutton, Crockett County Sheriff's Department PIO, had mentioned that their officer's concern was not only the alleged possession of the illegal drugs but the fact that Amy had 2 small children inside the same vehicle. It was Tammy who retrieved her 2 nephews, Gage Dion, aged 4, and 2-year-old Glenn Allen, after Amy was taken into custody. While the kids were uninjured during the incident, they were still inside the car when their mother was arrested. The drugs were allegedly out in plain sight in the vehicle. Meanwhile, Daily Mail reported the Tennessee Safari Park co-owner claimed that Amy's injury looked like it was self-inflicted and not consistent with an animal bite. The man named Brian who was accompanying Amy was reportedly acting crazy, screaming and yelling when the police arrived. The reports indicate that Amy's kids were not in a safe environment even though it looked like just another harmless zoo visit at first glance. Firstly, Amy needs to get her priorities straight. Amy had acted irresponsibly, which is out of character for her as a mom who always feels like she's under pressure to be a good mom. Amy put the children in a dangerous situation which involved her allegedly being under the influence in a public place, probably driving them around, while she was also enjoying the company of the mystery man who also could have been high considering his wild behavior. The same Amy had once had a wake-up call and decided to clean her unkempt house when she welcomed baby Gage. Amy wants to keep her kids safe, but exposing them to bad habits and sketchy men is everything that Amy is doing wrong. Amy's sons need to be in a stable environment that their mom hasn't been able to provide them with. She only has one thing on her mind which needs to change for the sake of Glenn and Gage, who otherwise would end up following in her footsteps. Amy doesn't need a new relationship, she needs time to heal. Amy had wanted children for so long and now that she's a mom, she's doing everything to prove she isn't a good